Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 33.
33, the Tony Dorsett of our episodes.
Of the Calypso Cigar Review podcast. As always, at the lovely Calypso Cigar Shop and Lounge in Richardson, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Which is part of Dallas County.
And Tony Dorsett played for the Dallas Cowboys. It all ties together, Brandon. It always ties together.
It does. And today we have an oldie but goodie from the humidor.
Yes, we do.
We have the LFD Double Ligero
Chisel Maduro.
That's right.
Yes.
Got that cool chisel
An
thing
old
on.
classic.
And we have both decided to cut our chisels in a different way, because as you know, this is a unique wrap, a unique way of wrapping a cigar, in that the tip is kind of, it's a chisel. It looks like a chisel, like you would actually get a hammer, but if you did that, you'd destroy your cigar.
That's how they get the name, because it looks like a chisel.
It does, and you don't want to do that with a hammer with your cigar, because you would destroy it.
You would destroy it.
But I went the punch route, which they say you can punch the tip on either one or both sides. I punched both. Or you can cut it, and
which is what I did.
Randy cut, and I punched. So we'll see how it goes here.
There we go.
And today we are pairing.
We are
with a Kirin Ichiban.
My
brew.
I had one yesterday. It was the first Japanese beer I have ever had.
So it might be kind of an odd pairing, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I thought of this cigar while I was drinking it yesterday. That's what made me think of this cigar.
Oh, is it? Okay. The Kirin Ichiban is kind of a bitter beer, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Was it bitter to you?
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
I'm lighting as we speak.
Yep, I'm lighting mine as well. Got my Alec Bradley torch from hell with 3 flames, and I'm toasting as we speak.
Cold draw was wide open. As I was a little worried about that, because on these chisels, I really don't know how far to cut down.
Yeah,
I'm always in about the same ballpark area, so far I haven't had any issues with it.
Yep, I like this cigar. I've had it several times. This is not a new cigar for me, so this is not a cold review.
And we didn't discuss this because we do very little prep on this show, as you could tell if you've listened to more than one episode. But did you see that post on Facebook about Alec Bradley? You know, in regard to the stolen merchandise?
No, I didn't see it. What were they saying?
It was George Sosa, who's one of the big shots there at Alec Bradley, said he was very disappointed to find out that actual Alec Bradley accounts are selling these black market cigars, and they're very disappointed.
Not the Alec Bradley black market, but the black marketed cigars
that were stolen.
Wow.
So can you believe that? An actual accounts, and they're not turning these people in.
They
bought these cigars cheap and are selling them.
Oh, that's bad news.
He said he wished he could post the names of the accounts on there, and I wished he would have, so people would know what stores to stay away from, because that's just evil.
That's not cool at all. Yeah.
I'd close their accounts myself.
I would think so, unless it's like, if it's a big account for them, I'm probably not going to. At least fine them or something, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's not cool at all.
Yeah.
So first draw on this is, it's a little bit of cocoa, a little spice.
Yeah. Cocoa-y spice.
Very easy draw with the punch version of the cigar that I'm smoking.
Mm-hmm. It's not a good-looking cigar. It never has been. It's nice and oily looking, but it's always pretty veiny.
Yeah, it's very toothy. It's got a lot of bumps and stuff on it. And it's not but LFDs aren't known for being beautiful cigars, but they're known for being very tasty cigars. So,
and for those who don't know, La Flor Dominicana is what LFD stands for.
Correct, sir.
And so far, so good.
Yep, it is delicious.
So what have we got planned today, Brandon?
I thought about something, an opportunity that we missed way back in the day when we had our 25th episode, and even when we had our 30th episode.
Yep.
We never went and did a best of type thing, like a top 10 list of the reviews that we've done so far based on what we like the best.
Right.
So I figured we'd do that today.
We rank the cigars?
Rank the cigars that we've reviewed so far. We've reviewed 29 cigars. Actually, we reviewed more if you include the minisodes and the events. But we cut a couple of those out because, we had that one episode, the Perfect Cigar #9, where we all reviewed something different, so I didn't include that.
And that Altadis event, we did the Paradox and the Trinidad, but the Paradox was really the cigar that we reviewed for that episode.
Correct.
So we did include Paradox on this list.
I like that cigar, man. That's a good cigar.
It is great. And I think it goes well with this beer.
I think so. Yep.
We'll see.
I like cigars and beers. A lot of people don't think they work necessarily real well together, but I think they're okay.
It depends on the beer and the cigar, I would imagine.
Yep.
So how are we going to do this, Brandon?
Well, we're going to do it in the fashion that we're going to do it in. But first, I wanted to discuss the details of the LFD Double Ligero Chisel.
Yeah, let's do that.
So what we've got here is a failure to communicate. Just because I wanted to quote that movie. It is listed as a full-strength cigar. It's a 6x52. The origins are Dominican Republic. The wrapper is obviously Maduro, Ecuadorian origin on the wrapper, and the wrapper leaf is Habano. It doesn't say what the filler is, so I'm going to assume it's Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But I'd say it's it's definitely a full strength cigar.
Oh yeah,
I think you got to be a little seasoned to enjoy it.
Yes.
I wouldn't recommend it on an empty stomach, even for a seasoned smoker, because it might get you. Mm-hmm. If you're not one that gets the nickups or that gets hit with that, then no big deal. But if you have a sensitive stomach, or if you get a little vomity from those full strength cigars, then you might want to get some.
Stop and grab a sandwich. Mm-hmm. We ate Lunchables. That was
or
what we had.
even some chocolate. They say that you can have a little chocolate, like something sweet, will kind of take away that feeling
acid.
that
that acidic feeling you get in your stomach. Yeah.
So what I figured we'd do on the review, or on our top list, is we do the bottom. I guess we're doing top 25, but we're going to do the bottom 15 first in this segment.
Yep.
And then we'll come back and we'll do our creature feature.
Yep.
And then we'll go to the last segment and we'll go over the top 10.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Sound good?
That sounds good.
All right. Okay. So I'll let you go first.
We'll do 5 at a time then.
5 at a time. 5 at a time.
25. I've got the Plasencia Reserva Organica. We reviewed that a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. That's a Ventura cigar.
All right.
24 is the shocking one. I told you that it's really ranked low, but I have a good reason. I put the Alec Bradley Filthy Hooligan at 24 because I'll probably never smoke it again. It was a limited release. It was a one-time thing. And I'm not a big Candela fan.
Okay.
But I did like that cigar as a Candela. 23, the Paradox. All to this Paradox.
Okay.
22, the Project 805, another Ventura cigar. And then 21, the SLR Gen 2, the San Luis Rey Gen 2.
Okay.
All right.
That's good for you.
That's good.
So my 25 was the Alec Bradley Filthy Hooligan.
Okay. All right.
Which is the first cigar review for the show, but it was a limited release cigar. Not a big Candela guy. I don't like the grassy a whole lot. And so that's why it was on my list. I think I have one left, and I'd like to smoke it on this St. Patrick's Day or near it, because my wife's birthday's on St. Patrick's Day, so typically I won't get to smoke that. If I'm going to get any play at home, I ain't smoking that day.
Right.
So I'll smoke it the day before. But anyway, so that was 25 on my list. 24 was the Plasencia Reserve Organica.
Okay, we just
Organica Reserve.
Those two. That's funny.
23 was the Trinidad Paradox, same as you.
Wow, we did not look at each other's list.
No, we did not look at each other's list beforehand. We're just reading these cold here.
Right.
22 was the St. Louis Rey Gen 2.
Okay.
And 21 was the Sublime.
Okay. All right. Pretty cool. Okay, so number 20.
Okay.
The La Palina Classic. I don't consider that low. I mean, it was a milder cigar than what we usually like. I like the Kill Bill better, but we haven't reviewed the Kill Bill. So, 19, I did the Vega Fina Master 2012. Another all to this. 18, the Perdomo ESV Sungrown.
Okay.
Number 17, the Oliva V Milanio.
The regular or the Maduro?
Just the regular.
Okay.
And then number 16, the La Roma de Cuba Mi Amor.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is where our lists are going to differ.
Okay.
So we're at that. Okay, so I'm starting at what, 20?
20, yeah, 20 to 16.
Okay, so 20 for me was the Vega Fina Master 2012.
Okay.
19 for me was the Esteban Carreras Chupacabra Black.
Okay.
Number 18 for me was the James Norman. Mm-hmm. Number 17 for me was the Perdomo ESV Sungrown.
Okay.
And I'm going to 16?
Yep.
16 for me was the Dunhill Aged.
Okay. All right. So
we got
now
one
we
more.
got
One more
to go. What?
2 more to go? We're doing top. Oh, we got to go. We gotta
go to 11.
All right, go for it. This one goes to
11.
11.
Yes, I knew you were going to say that.
Of course.
Okay, 15, the Kendall 724.
Okay. Surprising. Okay.
14, James Norman.
Okay.
13, the Esteban Carreras Covenant Black.
All right.
12, the Oliva V Milanio Maduro. And then 11, the Drew Estate Nica Rustica.
All righty. So I'm
it
starting.
Just missed the top 10.
So I'm doing the 15 now?
Yeah.
15 for me was the Esteban Carreras Covenant Black. 14 was the Oliva V Milanio Maduro. Mm-hmm. 13 was the La Roma de Cuba Mi Amor. Mm-hmm. 12 for me was the Ezra Zion Gemma Vu.
Okay.
And 11 for me was the La Palina Classic.
Okay. So we're close in a lot of those, but excuse me, I burped. Did that go on air?
Yeah,
you burped last time anyway.
Of course it did.
I'm drinking beer. I burp when I drink beer.
Yeah.
So we've got like you have Sublime so far. I didn't have Sublime yet.
Yeah.
You know, but I think and you don't have the Kindle listed yet.
The Kindle
724.
No, I don't.
Okay, so but everything else we've
kind of we're kind of in the same
close.
range. I had the Gemma Vu in mind so far. You don't have the Gemma Vu in yours.
I don't have the Gemma Vu in mind yet.
And I've had both.
And I had the 805, and you didn't have the 805 on there.
Nope. My 805 was further down on my list.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Well, we can... Well, no, because that'll give away some stuff. I was going to say, we could throw the stuff that we didn't put on there yet, but we'll wait till the end.
We'll come to that later.
Okay.
All right, so let's look at these lists a little closer and kind of a review as to why these placed where they placed.
Yeah.
So it looks like we had a lot. The first three or the last three on our list were pretty much the same cigars. We had the Philly Hooligan, the Plasencia, and the Trinidad,
and the SLR.
Yep, and the SLR. Yeah. So those last four were all the same cigars, just in slightly different order.
Yeah.
So what was the reason for you rating them as low as you did?
Well, one, you got to remember, we only did 29, so something's going to have to come in at 25 and 24. I put the Plasencia at 25 because I like it, but I don't know that I really like it yet. You know, I enjoyed it during the review. I haven't had one since, so I'm kind of thinking reserve judgment, but it deserved to be in the top 25, so I put it there. As far as just quality of cigar, as we said, I think the Filthy Hooligan could easily have been a top 20, but, you know.
That's a palate thing, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it was more of a, not that it was a gimmicky cigar, but it was a gimmicky media push, or whatever you want to call it, marketing campaign.
Yeah, correct.
And then the Project 805, I just think on a list of this magnitude, that's about where it belonged. I just, you know. That's the San Luis Rey Gen 2, good cigar. I recommend it frequently here at the store to people whose palates I know that it fits.
Yeah.
It just wasn't, you know, my palate.
Yeah.
The way I'd like to have it. The La Plana Classic, as I said, I think it's a great cigar. It's well made, but once again, it's a palate issue. I just think I was more impressed with the other La Planas that I've had over that one.
I agree with that. So for me, the Filthy Hooligan was it was not so much that it was gimmicky. It was just that it was. First of all, they called it the Alec Bradley Black Market Filthy Hooligan. The Black Market is pretty much an ass kicker. You know, it's up there. Yeah. Medium to full body. It's got a lot of flavor. And this was a polar opposite of that. It just had a lot of hay. It wasn't very strong, and it wasn't what I was expecting from the black market, quote unquote.
Exactly.
So that was why it was so far down on the list for me. Now, as far as a Candela goes, it was a good Candela. It's a solid Candela. And I think they should release it again, and I think they probably will.
Right.
It's just I'm not a big Candela guy, so it was a palate thing for me. If you like that cigar, great. You know, I think it's a good cigar. It's just not something that I'm going to grab for as a go-to everyday cigar.
Right.
It's a once-a-year deal, and there's probably other things that I would smoke away from a Candela on a special occasion, whether it be St. Patrick's Day or not.
Right.
The Plasencia, again, it goes to the palate thing. Decent cigar, well-constructed. It just didn't have a lot going on for me. It was kind of the same beginning, middle, and end.
Like that cedar taste pretty much all the way through.
Yeah, so if that's what you like, great. It just, it's not going to be a go-to for me. It's every once in a while. I wouldn't turn it down if someone gave me one. I'd smoke it, but it's not something I'm going to reach for in the humidor and buy myself.
Exactly.
The Trinidad Paradox and the SLR Gen 2 are both, I think, solid sticks from Altadis. I think they're both really good cigars for the everyday smoker. They're decent priced. They've got a decent amount of flavor. They're just,
They're
average.
Altadis, so they're going to be medium down
medium.
the road. They don't want to offend
anyone. They are made for the general everyday cigar smoker, and there's other things I would smoke. So that's why they're on the list. Again, I wouldn't turn down either of those. I think they're both decent cigars, but there's other things that I would smoke ahead of those.
Right.
And that's why they're down on the list where they are. Sublime kind of falls into that same realm. It's an interesting smoke, but again, not something I'd smoke every day.
Right. And then as we get closer to the top 10, I debated. The cigar that is number 10 is better than the Nica Rustica, in my opinion. So therefore, the Drew Estate Nica Rustica didn't quite make it into the top 10.
Yeah.
But it is a good cigar that I'm really looking forward to it being released so we can try it again.
Okay.
And see if it's the same cigar.
Okay.
See if this was a pre-release.
Yeah. And see, I'm kind of wondering what that was, because I don't know that I have that on my list at all.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the one we smoked after the KFC. Or the day we smoked the KFC.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's out.
No, it doesn't come out till October.
That doesn't come out till October?
October, yeah.
Okay. We've said too much. So next on the list, I had the Vega Fina Master 2012, which again is a good cigar.
Right.
It's actually out of the ones. That's why it's higher up on the list. I liked it a little better than the Sublime and the Gen 2 and the Paradox. So it's up there in the top 20 for me. Same thing with the Chupacabra and the Covenant. I tend to like the originals more than the blacks. Not that I wouldn't turn down the blacks. I still like the blacks. I just think, for me, the standard Covenant.
I'm looking forward to smoking those again too.
Yeah, exactly. Because
they're very curious
that's
sticks.
Yeah, and the thing about those too is those were fresh from the show. We probably really need to smoke them again. After they get in the store, after they've got a month in the humidor, to really kind of find out where they're going to be.
Right.
What are you getting so far on the LFD here?
It's just a lot of chocolate right now. I'm not really, maybe a hint of leather, but mostly just chocolate and a little bit of spice.
One thing I like about the chisel and the way that
and I've got a bad burn.
No, my burn's almost perfect, dude. Look at that.
Yeah.
One thing I like about about punching that chisel is you get that smoke that comes out, instead of coming directly into your mouth, it goes straight onto the tongue and the roof of your mouth, which gives a different kind of range of tastes. I'm definitely getting probably a lot more spice out of mine than you are because of the way that the smoke is hitting my mouth. Yeah. It's going, directly into the palate. So I'm getting a lot of spice, getting a little bit of leather, mostly cocoa, chocolatey kind of thing going on.
This cigar will always hold a special place in my heart. It was the cigar I was smoking when the Mavs won the NBA championship a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, this was when I was smoking.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then
I had done it the punch tray. That was the only time I've done it the punch tray.
Yeah. So other ones on the list, I had the Perdomo ESV, and you did as well.
Yeah, and it's a good cigar, and it's I think it's ranked about where it should be on this list.
Yeah. Dunhill aged, for me it's a mild, and the milds tend to rate a little lower for me than the medium to full-bodied stuff. The Melanio Maduro just didn't impress me as much as the Melanio did. I liked the standard Melanio a little better.
I liked the Maduro a little better because I didn't think the Melanio had as much flavor as I wanted. And the Maduro added a little more flavor.
That's interesting. Okay. And then the Mia Moore...
I had the Covenant Black because, in all honesty, I like the Covenant better than the Black.
Yeah.
But I like the Chupacabra Black better than the Covenant, I think. But we won't know that yet until we get to the rest of my list.
Yep. And, and then I had the Jimmy Vu, which I love the Ezra Zion stuff, but between the ones that we reviewed so far, the Jimmy Vu I like a little less than the other one that we reviewed so far. So
Sounds
we're coming. Yep, we're coming about to the end of the first third here, so we're going to take a little break. I'm about the end of the first third. You?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Yep.
And then we'll come right back for the second portion of the show and today's Esteban Carreras Chupacabra Creature Feature.
Yes.
Car 55, this is Dispatch. We have a 211 in progress in your area. Please respond.
Dispatch, this is Car 55. We are in the vicinity and on our way. Did you say this was a 211?
Yes, 211, robbery in progress.
211. That reminds me of that great cigar by Esteban Carreras, the 211. Man, I could go for one of those right now.
Okay, whatever. We have a farmer in the area whose goats are getting stolen. And this is where it gets weird, saying it's a Chupacabra.
A Chupacabra? Are you kidding me? Man, that's another great cigar by Esteban Carreras.
Whoa, hold on now. Let's keep our focus here. I mean, this guy called it a 187 on his prize-winning goat, Mary.
187? You're killing me here. Yet another great cigar by Esteban Carreras. I just think this guy sounds crazy.
Yeah, you might just want to call him a 5150 and call it a day. You know what I mean?
5150. That's it. You call a paddy wagon. I'm turning around and going to the Calypso Cigar Shop in Richardson for an Esteban Carreras cigar.
Hey, that sounds great. Can I join you?
Absolutely.
Esteban Carreras cigars. It'd be a crime not to smoke them. All right, everybody, we're back for the second third of the La Flor Dominicana Double Ligero Chisel
Maduro.
Yes. Correct.
The Kirin Ichiban
pairing. Yep, which is working out very nicely.
Nice. Yeah, I thought so. I'm pretty good at that. I can drink something and think what cigar would go well with it. I'm pretty good at figuring that out.
That's tasty.
I'm a sommelier.
Oh, yeah?
No.
You're a Samoan? What?
Sommelier.
I know what a sommelier is. I'm just messing with you. All right, so it's that time, everybody.
Ooh, another different kind of creature feature this week.
Yes, time for the Esteban Carreras Creature Feature, sponsored by Esteban Carreras and the Chupacabra.
Esteban Carreras Creature Feature.
All right, so this week's Creature Feature, we went a little different again.
Another comedy.
Another comedy. And this one, technically, it is a creature feature.
Yeah, there are creatures all over this movie.
There's creatures in this with hard-ons.
That's true, too.
This week we reviewed This Is the End.
Yes, the great, the Seth Rogen
everybody's in it in the world comedy.
James Franco comedy, yes.
Yep. So if you haven't seen this movie, it did really well at the box office.
It did.
One of the few comedies with a lot of comedians that actually was funny.
Did deliver some laughs.
Deliver some laughs. Usually when you get, my theory on this is if you get too many comedians in a movie, typically the movie's not as funny as the outtakes because there's going to be a lot of people, doing all their normal comedy thing and a lot of ad-libs that don't necessarily go with the flow of the movie, so they get cut.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that ends up being
the
really
kitchen
funny.
sink humor.
Yeah, kitchen sink humor, and then the script gets lost, and then it ends up being a crap movie. So,
but no, this one stuck with the script. I had no idea where the movie was going to go. I didn't, to set it up. James Franco's just moved into a new house, and he's having a housewarming party, and this is where you see all the people. Seth Rogen, Mindy Kaling, James Franco, Michael Cera. The list goes on.
Yep, Jay Baruchel.
Yep, Rihanna.
Mm-hmm. Just a ton of Hollywood royalty in this movie.
And they kick each other in the balls the whole time. They kind of throw jabs at each other. They're making fun about, Seth Rogen can't act, and Jonah Hill's a douche, and Michael Cera's just a dick.
Yeah. Well, Jonah Hill is perceived as this, just everybody, he's just the nicest man in the world.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah, everybody loves him, but...
except for what's his name?
Yeah, Jay Baruchel can't stand him because he thinks he's evil.
He's fake.
He's fake. So to give you an idea of the cast of this movie, if you don't already know, you got James Franco, Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, Danny McBride, Craig Robinson, who's, he's been all over the place lately, Michael Cera, Emma Watson.
Emma Watson, wow.
Who's hilarious in this. Mindy Kaling, David Krumholtz, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, or whatever his name is, the guy that was the bad guy in Kick-Ass. Rihanna. The list goes on. Channing Tatum, Kevin Hart, Aziz Ansari, who is just hilarious in his little bit part that he had. The list goes on and on and on. And these people all play a version of themselves.
Yes, exactly.
So basically, you got Seth Rogen, who's been friends with Jay Baruchel forever. They've been on TV shows together, and they both came up at the same time. And Jay's coming into town from Canada to visit his buddy and have a good time because he hates L.A. and expected to have this buddy weekend with Seth, but Seth's like, no, we're gonna go to James Franco's place. We're gonna party, man. It's gonna be awesome. So he gets dragged over there, and then the shit hits the fan.
Oh yeah, and it's very I don't know how far to go. Well, the title says this is the end, so it kind of looks like a rapture is occurring because certain people are disappearing and other people are
sticking around,
and all hell's breaking loose. Earthquakes, some funny celebrity deaths in the earthquakes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those were funny, and. But
a lot of people hate on Michael Cera, so he dies in a pretty unique, funny way.
That was a funny way he died.
Yeah, we won't go into the details.
Because they made him out to be a total dick in this movie.
Yeah, he was just a douchebag. He was just a douchebag, but he was hilarious in it.
He was.
I mean, just that one scene where I'm not going to give it away, but he's in the bathroom and the face he has.
That's a great scene. Oh, that's a great scene.
Man, hilarious. What Seth Rogen says later at the convenience store is great.
So where the creatures come in is during this rapture. I guess these are the demons that are taking over the Earth. The Earth is basically becoming hell, or a version of hell.
Yep, hell
so
on
there's
Earth.
these creatures that are going around eating the people that weren't holy enough to go up to heaven or whatever. Very shocked by the religious aspect of this movie. Did not see that coming at all.
Devouring souls, as it were.
Exactly.
So the people, it's that whole Left Behind thing. If you were righteous enough to go, then you're zapped up into the sky. If you're not, then you have to prove yourself to move on to the next level.
Obviously, none of these people were worthy.
Yeah. So Emma Watson, it makes you kind of wonder what she's done in her life. How many dicks?
Does have a funny
how many dicks was she sucking at Hogwarts?
Yeah. Why didn't she get raptured? That's weird. She's too young to be.
I know, right? What is she? She's 20. What the hell is she doing this whole time?
She was doing Harry Potter is what she was doing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a funny flick. It's got some decent special effects in it, and it surprised me. I was expecting total garbage.
Yeah.
I was expecting not to laugh very much at all. I figured most of the laughs were going to be in the trailer.
Yeah.
And it was quite the opposite. A lot of the trailer was pretty tame because it was pretty raunchy humor, so you couldn't have a lot of it in the trailers.
And Craig Robinson is hilarious in this movie.
He's funny.
God, he's funny. If you don't know who he is, he played Daryl on The Office, and he's been in just a ton of movies lately. And Mindy Kaling, I've never understood why she got famous to begin with, and how does she keep working. But I know she's a writer.
She's mostly a writer, yeah.
And she did wonders on The Office, wrote some great episodes. But she keeps getting projects, and her TV show is called The Mindy Kaling Project, and it does really well.
It does really well. I think she's appealing to a certain audience. I think women like her because she's not the average gorgeous Hollywood girl.
Probably.
And she's got an attitude, and she's got that that thing that girls like right now.
Yeah, and she's hip. She knows all the trendy stuff, and she follows it. And, But thumbs up on this movie. This is our first thumbs up since Splinter, actually.
Yep.
And highly recommended. It's a good time. Saturday afternoon, sitting around with your buddies watching this movie would be a great day with a keg.
A keg, and maybe if you're in a state or a country where it's legal, you can get a little high, maybe, and enjoy it because there's a lot of pot smoking in this movie.
Yeah, that's all they do.
That's all they do is smoke pot. And
Seth Rogen incorporates that into every movie of his.
Yep. Hey, we have a guest.
It's Davis.
It's Davis walking into the podcast now. What is up,
on,
my
Davis?
Brother?
What's happening, boys?
Nothing. We're hanging out, podding,
We're potting.
and then we're also casting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, can you do both at the same time?
Yeah, you can cast and pod at the same time. Yeah,
That's right.
Talented
Why not?
individuals here.
Yep.
So
We're drinking some beer that's not yours.
Some
hope
inferior beer?
I hope that's okay.
What do you
Inferior
got
beer.
here today?
Ichiban.
Oh, that's all right. I'm a big fan of black.
Nishibon. You have to say it like that when you. Kira Nishibon.
So Davis just hijacked the show right there, didn't he?
Yeah. Good job, jackass. Go away. So
Go get you a cigar, man. And if you want to wait on customers for me, that would be great. But get you a smoke, man.
Well, I can't stay for too long, but
Oh.
I was going to say, I'll chill for a minute, but...
Well, go ahead, man.
all right.
So we got Davis mic'd up here.
Yeah.
So we're smoking
I'm
the
back.
LFD double Ligero Chisel Maduro today,
Yep.
and it's one of the oldies from the humidor, but we like it. So
Yeah.
And
we
then
haven't
one day
done
I'm
it.
actually going to have to smoke what you guys are smoking at the same time. one
That
of
would
these
be
days.
interesting.
I know. Maybe it'll happen someday.
Maybe so. We'll
next
just have to
next
decide.
time I bring beer, we'll
There
try
you go.
and plan
You bring-
around
yeah,
that.
where's this
I haven't
Oktoberfest?
even had a chance, man. I haven't had a chance to do it yet.
You suck.
I know.
You
I'm
specifically said
disappointed
in that
yeah,
episode
you're
that
right.
you were
You're
gonna do
right.
it.
I did, and I'm extremely disappointed in myself. I just started that new job, and
Blame
it's
it on the
done nothing but wonders for me. If any of my bosses are listening,
Yeah, I doubt it. We have like 5 listeners, and they're not here. They're in freaking Chile and
Pennsylvania,
Cin-
We're got a lot of
Cincinnati.
people in Pennsylvania.
but
So we were reviewing for our creature feature,
tell.
kind of a different kind of creature feature.
okay.
This is the end. Have you seen that yet? The
I
Seth
have.
Rogen, James
I
Franco
have,
thing?
yes, I have.
And we
I-
figured that there's creatures in it, so why not make it a creature feature?
Yeah, I did see that, and it was pretty entertaining.
yeah,
we liked it. We liked it a lot. It was hilarious. The Michael Cera parts were funny.
I like that he played such a random character,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently, like, he did at one point slap Beyonce's ass so hard she turned and was like, "If you do that again,
Rihanna,
I'll knock
you mean?
you out."
I think it was Rihanna.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Yeah, Rihanna.
Rihanna, and she was like,
Now,
"You do that
Jay-Z would
again, I'll
kick his
actually
ass if he
like,
slapped Beyonce.
whoop your ass."
yeah. That's probably the take they
It
used.
was probably in character. It's probably method acting there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so funny movie, guys. Get a chance to see it, watch it.
Yep, definitely get it on the
Mm-hmm.
Redbox and check it out, or Blockbuster if they have them in your area still. They still
They
have
exist.
Blockbusters?
I don't know.
even see them anymore. I see Family
I've seen
Video
one-
more than
yeah,
I see
I've seen
Blockbuster.
One,
Yeah.
I forget where though. I think it was actually over by like a Family Video. They were trying to compete with it still.
You can't.
I always just visit, every once in a while you see like back in the day when Seattle's Best was kind of coming up and then
Uh-huh.
they kind of quickly disappeared. There was, every once in a while you'd see Seattle's Best across the street from a Starbucks.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to, I had this in my head that they would be having like, knife fights after work, like West Side Story. They'd be out there like,
Or like an
Our beer.
anchor.
They're
or an
they're
Anchorman.
burning each other with hot
yeah,
coffee.
right.
Is
Our
what
coffee
it is.
is better than yours.
Like the Anchorman fight.
Yeah, exactly,
Exactly,
like that.
yeah.
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 I'd
Between
love to
the,
see Brick running around with a grenade.
the bunch of geeky baristas jumping around, trying to hit each other. Ow!
Brick killed a guy.
Brick.
What the- I can't wait for Anchorman 2.
I know.
Oh, man,
I hope
so
it doesn't
excited.
suck.
I do too.
hope it doesn't suck.
I do too.
I'm really nervous about it.
So did that
It's
end
been-
our creature feature?
That
Oh,
that
God.
does in fact in today's Esteban Carreras creature feature.
Highly recommend it.
Esteban Carreras Cigars. Super premium cigars at a great price. They're scary good.
So Davis is back hijacking the show.
Davis is hijacking the show
Hey,
like a
you
jackass.
guys love me.
When you bring beer.
Touche. All right, I got to give you that much.
Touche, douche.
Yeah, well, you should come get beer with me afterwards because I'm going to go out to the lake.
I drank a couple of weird beers today. I had a couple of the pumpkin ones from next door that they had
next door.
over at the
Wow.
little convenience store. They had
Oh, okay.
some of the pumpkin ales. I grabbed a couple of those to try them out.
Do you know
Yeah,
who
they're
it was
okay.
by?
They're in the trash. I don't know.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. 'Cause I mean, everyone in their, brewing,
It was
everyone
two-
in their brewing grandmothers come out with a new
It was
pumpkin
two that
beer.
I didn't recognize, which is why I got one. Why I
Okay.
got those particular ones.
Those are
So,
usually I always love testing new types of beer.
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't heard that one.
It was just like drinking cinnamon pumpkin, without the beer. You couldn't really taste the beer, but yeah.
My
It was
burn
okay.
corrected. Look at that. Corrected
Yep.
itself.
There you go.
There you
Sign
go.
of a good cigar.
Yep.
You'll have to say that on the air.
We're on the air.
Currently?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you hit the pause button.
No,
And
we're
that's when
going.
he said,
Go
"Now we're
Bullish.
back with Davis Howe."
Yeah.
But
See, when you're in
Son
an
of a
interviewing
bitch.
process, you should be paying attention to what's being said.
well, shut
That's
up.
you can't tell because it's just like we're sitting around shooting the shit. So that's how the
It's been
show
a very
is. though.
long day. I literally had 14 managers in front of me on
geez.
time today,
Wow.
if not more, because we also had AT&T vice presidents and
So you had to put on the dog and
regional
pony show.
managers, and I had to smile and look proper all day. So.
That's life, though, right? You got your good days and your bad days.
That's what
and,
happens.
This was a pretty average day for me, and now I'm smoking a cigar and drinking a beer, so it's a little bit better now.
There you go.
That's how you got to look at it. But you don't have a beer or a cigar,
Or a
so
cigar.
your day's not better
I
yet.
know. Well, it's gonna get better. I'm gonna get a cigar. I'm gonna go sit by the lake and drink beer.
Sounds
So
like a plan.
That will take a bad day and turn it into a good day.
Yep. And the weather's been getting kind of mild here, which is nice.
It's
But
better.
it's some
It's
like
nice at night.
very nice in the morning. Like get up in the morning and
Oh, dude, it was 67 this morning.
Yeah,
when I
it's
got up
great.
and got in my car.
drove to work with my windows open. It was awesome.
Yep.
Sunroof open.
About to be the time of year I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a
It's
good
officially fall.
get a good
Yep.
couple month and a half of great smoking time outside, and then cold as fuck, and then hot as fuck. That's it, pretty much. So
Yeah.
You get April. April's usually nice.
yeah,
If it's
April's
not
okay.
raining.
When it's not raining. Yeah.
Exactly. April
Yeah.
showers.
April showers bring May doubleheaders.
Yeah.
You ever heard that?
Speaking of which, I'm so glad that the Rangers are playing the Astros now.
And I just got one more game with them, and then
Yeah, I know, but and the Angels scare me just a little bit. But I unfortunately looked at what Cleveland and Tampa Bay's lineups are for the
Yeah.
next 4
We're
games,
screwed.
and I'm just like, oh man.
by the time this airs, the Rangers will be out of the playoffs and will not have even made the playoffs, and
I know. Well,
and
I
it'll
keep
be Josh
hoping-
Hamill. Josh Hamill's going to kill us this year too. You watch, he'll run it for us because we're playing the
God,
Angels.
no.
Sports Talk with Davis and Randy.
Well,
No,
Anyway.
go for it. I don't know the first
for
time
a
anyway.
guy who ruined the end of the season last year, to have him be on the opposite team now,
He's gonna ruin it for
where
us
he
this
actually
year.
should ruin it for us.
He ruined it.
This
He
sucks.
ruined it.
Ruined.
Ruined.
What did I
Ruined.
say? Ruined.
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 Whip. We're Family Guy. Family Guy references. Sorry.
Gotcha. I was gonna say like
It's
the
you
third time
said it
we've done
correctly. We
Cool
said
Whip.
Cool Whip. Whip. Again with that reference. Too,
Uh-huh.
so-
It is. That's the third time we referenced that
Yep.
scene.
Yes,
well.
the broken record is on today.
Yep. That's okay. Smoking a cigar, I'm happy.
How long's this segment going?
We're pretty much
This is a long segment.
Bye,
We
folks.
might as well wrap up the second third of the La Flor Dominicana Chisel Double Ligero Maduro, whatever it's called.
We'll come back with our top 10 list.
Yes, we
and
have our
shout
top 10
outs,
list.
and we have the raffle we need to remind people.
Oh,
about
yes,
as
we
well.
do. Excellent. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, we're back for the last third of the La Flor Dominicana Double Ligero Chisel Maduro.
Yep.
And we have to go through our top 10 list and also some shout-outs.
Before we get to the top 10 list, let's talk about the raffle real quick.
Let's talk about the cigar real quick, too. You got anything else on the last third?
It's a little more spicy. It's not as bold as I remembered it being. I wonder.
I have only had one cigar today, and it was a very mild cigar. It was that Santa Rosa,
Santa Rosa.
which is a Connecticut, very creamy Connecticut. And yeah, this is a little milder, a little more medium body than I remember it being. That could just be us because we smoke a lot of heavy stuff.
Yeah,
So
but it's, great taste.
yeah, full flavored,
Can't recommend it highly enough. It's a great cigar.
leathery, earthy, cocoa-y.
It's a good price, too. I think it's
Spicy.
seven and a quarter, something like that.
Truth be told, now that I remember the name, actually, that was the very first cigar I ever smoked.
Really?
Yeah. Back when I was 18.
Oh, yeah?
And a buddy bought it for me, and he kept
Okay.
talking about how it was gonna, whoop my ass. And for a guy who'd never smoked a cigar, it did the
did-
trick.
it did your job-
It
did the
did the
job.
trick.
Were you down on your knees going, oh?
Well, it didn't help that I did it at like 6 in the morning. I did it to
Oh, yeah.
celebrate
Wow.
having just written
Wow.
a paper. I wrote a 43-page paper.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, it was 6 in the morning. I just finished it, had to turn it in like 2 hours. And I was like, what can I do to kill 2 hours? Celebrate with a cigar.
There you go.
So that was
Good
what
plan.
Not a bad,
plan.
not a bad cigar to celebrate with. But yeah, you probably should add some coffee or some eggs. Yeah.
Well, last week we interviewed Gary from the Perfecto Cigar Holder.
Gary
And
Wills.
he was nice enough to give us a couple of them to raffle off to our listeners. And what it
Correct.
is it is a clamp that will clamp onto your golf cart, your golf bag, your lawnmower, whatever. This thing will clamp on and it'll hold your cigar. And we said the way you get into the raffle is to comment or like on any of the forums that we are on, which is Podomatic, Spreaker, iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yep.
Any of those forums, a like and a comment, or a follow and a comment, a retweet and a comment, that puts your name in the raffle. One entry per person.
Correct.
So this is episode 33, so we're going to do 34 and 35, and on episode 36 is when we'll announce the winners.
Yep. We got 2 of those bad boys to give away.
Yep.
And some cigars will probably end up in the box too. We'll see.
It could. It could.
It could. I'll throw a couple in. We'll see.
Yeah, why not?
Yep. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So, now
back to the list.
Back to the list.
Okay.
We've got the so what we did, and just to give you an idea of what we did this before you came in, we've reviewed 29 cigars, pretty much. We probably reviewed a little bit more than that, but we could have took a couple of them out because they were mini-sodes or they're stuff that we didn't really do a full review on. So we just made a top 25 list. We've already done from 25 to 15. And now we're doing the 25 to 10
25 to 11.
to 11. Yeah. So now we're gonna do the top 10.
Yep.
So
All right.
so top
10.
top 10 cigars that we've reviewed on the show so far.
Top 10. Number 10 for me, the Cane F. Lancero.
Okay.
That was the cigar that kept the Nica Rustica from making the top 10. Number 8, the Esteban Carreras Covenant, the original. Number 7, the Esteban Carreras Chupacabra Black. Number 6, the Illusione Cruzado.
Okay. And here's my 10 through 6. Number 10, the Pedro Martin Fiera. Number 9, the Oliva V Melanio. Number 8, the Alec Bradley Nica Puro. Number 7, the Kendall 724. Number 6, the Hoya de Nicaragua Dark Corojo.
All right. Cool.
So now for Randy's 5 through 1.
5 through 1. Number 5, the Dunhill Aged. It's my favorite Connecticut. Why not go put it on the list? I enjoyed the heck out of smoking that the other day. It's been so long since I'd had one, and it reminded me of just how great a cigar that is.
All right. Keep your fucking comments to yourself. Just do the list.
You all can kiss my rebel dick. To quote Doc Holliday from Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
Number 5, the Dunhill Aged. Number 4, the Ezra Zion Jamais.
All right.
I liked it a little better than you did, I guess.
Yep.
That was my first
Number 3,
episode.
the Pedro Martin Fiera. Number 2, the Ezra Zion Tantrum.
Wow.
And number 1, because it is my favorite cigar, the Hoya de Nicaragua Dark Corojo.
Wow. Yeah, our list varied greatly in
Yeah.
the top 10.
Yeah.
So number 5 for me was the Esteban Carreras Covenant, the standard version.
Yep.
Number 4 for me was the Cane F. Lancero, because
Okay. You
I love that cigar.
Yep.
Number 3 for me was the Illusione Cruzado, because I hadn't had it, and man, it was good. And I would love to smoke more of those. Number 2 for me was the Nica Rustica, because that blew me away. So much flavor.
That's one you didn't even remember having on your list, but it made number 2.
Because I wanted it on the list. And number 1 was the Ezra Zion Tantrum.
Okay.
So that's it for
That's a
me.
good
So
list.
let's review the whole lists again, starting from 25 and going to the top. Go ahead.
25, Placencia Reserva Organica. 24, Filthy Hooligan, Alec Bradley. 23, the Trinidad Paradox. 22, Project 805. 21, San Luis Rey Gen 2. We're doing all the way. 20, La Polina Classic. 19, the Vega Fina Master 2012. 18, the Perdomo ESV Sungrown. 17, the Oliva V Melanio. 16, the La Roma de Cuba Mi Amor. 15, the Kendall 724. 14, James Norman. 13, Esteban Carreras Black, or Covenant Black. 12, Oliva V Melanio Maduro. 11, Drew Estate Nica Rustica. 10, Cane F. Lancero. 9, Alec Bradley Nica Puro. 8, Esteban Carreras Covenant, the original. 7, Esteban Carreras Chupacabra Black. 6, Illusione Cruzado. 5, Dunhill Aged. 4, Ezra Zion Jamais Vu. Number 3, the Pedro Martin Fiera. Number 2, the Ezra Zion Tantrum. And number 1, the Hoya de Nicaragua Dark Corojo.
All right, and my 25 through 1. 25, Alec Bradley Black Market Filthy Hooligan. 24, Plasencia Reserva Organica. Number 23, Trinidad Paradox. 22, the Gen 2. 21, Sublime. 20, Vega Fina Master 2012. 19, Chupacabra Black. 18, James Norman. 17, Perdomo ESV Sungrown. 16, Dunhill Aged. 15, Esteban Carreras Covenant Black. 14, Oliva V. Melanio Maduro. 13, the La Flor Dominicana, not the Flor Dominicana, LADC.
The La Roma de Cuba.
La Roma de Cuba, Mi Amor. So 13, La Roma de Cuba, Mi Amor. 12, Ezra Zion, Je Me Vu. 11, La Palina Classic. 10, Pedro Martin Fiera. 9, Oliva V. Melanio. 8, Alec Bradley Nicapuro. 7, Kendall 724. 6, Hoya de Nicaragua Dark Rojo. 5, Esteban Carreras Covenant. 4, the KNF Lancero. 3, the Illusione Cruzado. 2, the Nica Rustica. And 1, the Ezra Zion Tantrum. So we both pretty much close on the top 5 there with the Ezra Zion Tantrum.
Well, you like the Kindle a lot better than I thought. You had what, 7?
I like the Kindle, yeah.
I do
was number 7 for me. And,
I have it ahead of some good sticks.
Yeah, and my Alec Bradley Nicapuro made the top 10 for me because I've been smoking the crap out of that ever since we reviewed it. I love that cigar.
Great cigar.
And I love the Dark Corojo, but the Dark Corojo is one of those ones it's a good cigar for me. It was never epic status for me. I love it. I smoke it a lot, but there's other cigars that and this is my list of what I would, if I could smoke it every day, I would, any one of the top 10 lists, I would smoke every day of my life.
Yeah.
They're just great cigars. I love them all for different reasons. The Tantrum's an ass kicker with a lot of flavor. Nica Rustica's got a great flavor profile that's right in my wheelhouse.
And it's Drill State.
Yeah, that's not even it though.
I'm joking with you.
Put it this way.
I have to give you crap for being a Drew Estate.
And honestly, if we had reviewed a 9 or if we'd reviewed the Undercrown Viva, this would still be above those. Because to me,
I did like it too.
The flavor profile was just there for me, and at the price range it's going to come out at, it's a great stick.
Well, look, I told you I had problems not putting it in the top 10.
Yeah, the KNF Lancero, is just a go-to for me for a Lancero. I love Lanceros, and that's a good one for the price range. You can't beat it. Smoke it every day if I could. The Covenant is a old standby favorite that I thank you guys for introducing me to that one. Yeah. These are all, I think, and I can honestly say that we've really only reviewed probably 3 or 4 cigars that I wouldn't smoke again.
Yeah.
If someone gave it to me, I'd probably still smoke it, but I might be like, I'll smoke it later, and then give it to somebody.
Yeah.
And the worst, the bottom of the list for me had to be the Rocky Patel Private Seller.
What does mine say there on 29?
Rocky Patel Private Seller. The next one, 28 for me was the CAO Hurricane, just because that was just a bad experience for me.
Okay, go ahead.
Project 805, and then the El Baton.
Okay. My 4 that didn't make it were the Rocky Patel Private Seller at 29. At 28, the El Baton. At 27, the Sublime. And Jeff's a great dude, but that's just a cigar that's not something that I'm crazy about. And then the CAO Hurricane at 26. Yeah.
And it really, the CAO Hurricane, I almost really hate to put it that low on the list because it may have been just that it was a little young. I'd like to smoke it again and give it a second shot. And really all of these, any of the ones that didn't really, and that's the thing, El Baton, it was the size we smoked.
Yeah.
I liked the El Baton.
Well, I don't anymore.
Yeah.
I did like the El Baton before I smoked it in the 660, and it ruined the cigar for me.
Yeah. See, I like it in the Robusto. I like it in the smaller sizes, but that larger ring gauge just really kind of zapped the flavor in that cigar for me.
Yeah, I agree.
So there you go.
And the Rocky Private Seller, I wanted to like. Matt loves it. We had a customer the other day that was smoking one. Remember, he was talking about how much.
And again, these are all just our opinions,
all
subjective opinions, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So
right, except for those people born without one.
Yeah, I'd hate to be born without an asshole. Can you imagine having to shit out of your belly button, I guess?
Well,
I don't know.
Poop and throw up at the same channel. That'd be
no,
gross.
That wouldn't. That's just in horror movies. I don't think that's real. Davis is like...
It's just a South Park joke. Just let that one go.
No. We let nothing go.
Yeah.
On our show.
But, we've got a great list of sticks here. There's very few on here that I would turn down.
A cigar has to... it has to fall into a slot somewhere. You have to... you can't be loving every one of them.
Exactly, yeah.
But I don't think we treated anything poorly.
No.
What was
I said before that Dunhill Aged was my favorite cigar for many years, so how could I not put it on my list when I had a great experience smoking it again the other day?
Yep, I like that cigar.
Yeah.
God, that's just like friends just walking in. Yeah, that's a good thing about a B&M. You just you get a lot of familiar faces walking in.
There you go.
That kills our top 25 list talk for the
and that
day,
was fun.
Yep, that was fun.
So now we have shout-outs.
Now we have shout-outs. So Davis, you going to...
Yeah, I've
Bolt
actually
on
got
us.
a vamoose, so I'm gotta go get my drink on now. So I gotta go join you guys in the booze patrol here.
Okay.
So
sounds like a plan.
I will catch you guys around, and hopefully I'll probably be in before the next time I get to bring in that Oktoberfest, but maybe I'll bring in some more of that IPA. I've still got a couple bottles left.
Sounds like a plan. You heard it.
I would love that. Yeah, I would love one of those. What'd you buy? What'd you get? For
I got
smoke?
one of the Oliva series. What is this?
The Connecticut Reserve.
Yeah, it's the Connecticut Reserve. That's it.
Mild, creamy smoke.
Yep.
Yep, nice and easy going. Perfect for a cool afternoon out by the lake. So
Sounds like a plan,
that's
bud.
what
Well,
I'm
thanks for
gonna go
dropping
do.
in.
Yep, thanks for having me, guys.
We'll see you next time.
Have a great day.
All right. Shout-outs.
Shout-outs.
Few on Twitter here. Phil Kraken. John and the Jones. Don't know who this is, but appreciate the follows. Girl Ground. And it seems like a real girl. She had, it didn't seem like one of those spam ones. She actually had a profile and everything.
Okay.
And then Drew Estate Data.
Okay.
Who's following us. On Facebook, we've got Zane Gamble from Noblesville, Indiana. Said he enjoys the show.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Zane, for listening and enjoying the show.
A name I'm going to get wrong. Kennedy Miley, Mylei, from Kenya.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. And our following in Pennsylvania continues to grow. A gentleman named David Good from Sinking Springs, Pennsylvania. So we're well represented in Pennsylvania.
Cool.
Of course, Kirk with Poolside Cigar Reviews in Arizona.
And, of course,
And Jeff
always
Hirschauer in
yeah.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
And Ricky Paniagua.
Paniagua, yes.
So, you get any new followers on the Twitter? Those are the followers that you were listening?
That was our
Oh, okay,
follower,
yeah. I got some new followers, too. I got Cedar Reserve, which they make the...
I meant to put them on there.
Yeah, they're on the Cedar Spills side of things, and Cigar Federation, which is a website you can go to. It's a new, newish, I guess. It's
kind of like a
cigar
Facebook
forum.
for cigars.
Great place to get some information. Warped Cigars, which actually sent us some samples we're going to talk about next week. Really cool item. They actually make something that's like a cigar journal. So for you guys that are old style? For you guys that are old school and like the tactile, holding something and writing in something, you can put your review of the cigar in there and put the band in there, and it's got a little strap.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
So yeah, that's cool. Vivian Kaufman favorited one of our posts on one of the episodes that we did. Andrea Zimbaisi,
okay,
and Jason over at Blind Man Puff, which those guys, we love those guys,
right?
And yeah, that's about it. So,
anybody on Facebook? No?
I didn't really see any on Facebook besides the standard, Jeff and Ricky.
Right. Cool.
Yep.
So if you like and comment or retweet and like, whatever, you have to do 2. You can't just do 1. That will get you in the raffle, and you will also get your shout out.
Yes, sir.
And I've gone back, and I don't think we've missed anybody. If we have, it was certainly not intentional. It was an oversight from a couple of guys in their 40s that can't see very well sometimes. So if you have done that and I have failed to mention it, I apologize.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Any other comments on the YouTube videos? I haven't really looked at those too much.
Well, we've had some good dialogue with Kurt on there. He didn't like us talking about bowel movements, apparently, so the next segment will be on bowel movements.
Yeah,
just
a
for
whole
Kurt.
segment on bowel movements.
He did disappoint me. He made it sound like I'd never going to get a chance to have sex with Jennifer Aniston in a coffin. He says my chances aren't very good of that.
I think that's pretty slim, buddy.
Oh,
just
man.
to begin with.
Damn it.
Just on merit.
You think? And I had such hopes.
Such high hopes for the coffin sex with Jennifer Aniston. God.
Okay, we'll just do it somewhere else.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up today for the Calypso Cigar Review podcast. The LFD Chisel Maduro.
It's finishing with just a great aftertaste.
Yep. Getting a little pepper on the last
but
third.
it's still not as strong as I was remembering it.
Yeah.
But,
now I got to ask, how long have you guys had these in the humidor?
Not that long.
Not that long, really?
Probably 4 months. This is one of the few LFDs that sell here, unfortunately. It's a great line, but they just don't sell very well.
Yep, and that's a regional thing.
Yeah.
Cigars sell based on the palates of the individuals in the area.
Yep.
So you get a little wider range of sales when you have a website, so that's probably part of it, but get there eventually.
Yeah. That Cabinet Oscuro is very, very good.
Yep.
That's a good cigar. We haven't reviewed that one sometime.
No, we'll have to, yeah. Was that the Cameroon one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like
No, it's Oscuro.
Well, what's the Cameroon one?
That's a
They
Cameroon cabinet, too.
Cameroon cabinet?
Like that. Yeah.
I'm not a big Cameroon guy, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one too. So, and it paired nicely with the Kirin Ichiban.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Kirin Ichiban.
Ichiban.
100% malt.
Yep.
Whatever that means. I don't know.
That means it's got a
lot of
malt in it, and it's 100% of it.
Okay. That's what that means. I don't know. I can't see anything about the alcohol content on this, but...
Yeah, I was looking yesterday. I didn't see it either. But
oh, well.
Nice stuff.
It's a beer.
We got another one. We have another one.
Sweet.
Nice.
All right, guys. So, as always, thanks for listening, and check us out on Podomatic, on Spreaker, on the YouTube, on the Facebook, Twitter. Like us on all those areas and comment, and we'll get you entered in the raffle for the
Perfecto Cigar Holder.
Yep. We've got 2 of those bad boys to give away, and there'll be some cigars traveling with those if you win. So look forward to hearing from you guys, and as always, it's been great smoking with you.
See you later, Brandon.
See you, Randy.